sometimes we could all use a good laugh, and this week you are in luck. The New York Comedy Festival is back and better than ever. Starting tonight, more than 200 comics will take the stage at venues all over the city. The festival runs November 13th and features more than 150 shows. It's a chance to see your favorite comedians and check out new performers. Comedy Club legend Caroline Hirsch started the festival in 2004. She's been discovering and promoting comedy talent since the 1980s at her club Caroline's on Broadway. Caroline joins me now with one of this year's headliners, stand-up comedian and actress Patricia Williams, who's better known as Ms. Pat. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Caroline, tell me about the history of the festival and how it got started.
Well, this will be the 18th year, and we started right after we had the 20th anniversary of Caroline's, almost 20 years ago, because I've been in business now for 40 years. So 20 years ago, we did this anniversary special, and we got to work with everybody that kind of graduated from the Caroline stage. And we're doing theaters and, you know, bit larger venues. So we decided to do a festival, and we started that 18 years ago. So we could work with everybody that we worked from the beginning, like Joe Coy, like Bill Maher, like everybody that, you know, we are headlining here today, we had worked with early on at Caroline's.
That's great.
So it gave us a chance to present them.
Ms. Pat, first of all, I have to tell you, as soon as our stage manager, Jennifer, heard that you were on the show, she's like, Ms. Pat, I love her. So anyway, you got a lot of fans here. It's your first time headlining the festival. What's that like?
I'm excited. I mean, I like New York, not in the wintertime, but I like New York. So I'm looking forward to, you know, headlining my first time at the Comedy Festival. I always wanted to be a part of the festival, and I made it. I'm a part of the festival now.
Yes, you are. Caroline, you were saying some of the different headliners. Are there lots of new people as well?
We have lots of new people, and what we do is we also have what we call New York's Funniest, which this year we're doing at the Hard Rock Hotel. We usually have at Caroline's, but Hard Rock Hotel is one of our partners this year, and we're doing some shows there. And that's where we find the young new talent that's coming around. That's where we found Michael Che. That's where we found Tim Dillon. That's where Michelle Wolf came from. So lots of new talent comes out of New York's Funniest. And then we have shows all around the city that highlights everybody that's on the rise. All great talent. And there's something for everyone. So if everyone goes to NewYorkComedyFestival.com, they will find a show for themselves and for their families.
Wow, we really need that these days, so that's terrific. Ms. Pat, you had an incredibly turbulent childhood and have been through so much. Has it helped to include some of these tough topics in your comedy?
Yes, that's my therapy. And I also realized, you know, being so personal and opening up my life and telling people what I've been through. I've met so many people like myself, and they thank me for telling our story. At first, I just thought it was my story. Then I realized it's not my story. It's a lot of other people's stories, too. And I hear each and every night when I get off a stage, thank you for speaking, you know, about the things that I'm so scared to speak about. And I let it all hang out. I don't hold nothing back.
No, you don't. And, you know, our stage manager, Jennifer, said one of the things she loves about your comedy is it's real. I also know that you are very into healing and forgiveness in your sets.
Well, one thing I always say, you can't dwell. Why dwell on the things that you don't have any control over? So I can't change the past, but I can always find the tragedy, the things that I've been through. I can also always point out things funny about the situation. So I tell people, you can't change the past, but you can always find some funny there.
That's so true. Caroline, we're seeing more women succeeding in comedy. How does it make you feel when you see someone like Ms. Pat take the stage?
Oh, I think, well, you know, Patricia, Ms. Pat, she's fabulous because, you know, comedy speaks the truth, and she speaks the truth. And that's why everybody kind of like gets around her and wants to hear what she has to say, because we're all in it together with comedy. We all laugh at the same things most of the time. So it's this community that gets together. Look, I'd tell everybody 40 years ago when I started this, I could count the women on one hand that I worked with. Today, there is probably just as many women doing comedy as men today. I have to tell you, you know, it wasn't easy for women. You know, comedy is kind of an aggressive art form, and it's not really in women's DNA to be like that. But they're coming around, they're doing it. So I think it had a lot to do with, you know, watching Comedy Central and watching Jon Stewart, as a lot of these young people grew up, and they wanted to do that. So we have.
Well, we don't cook anymore.
We don't cook and we don't clean.
anymore.
All right.
We got Uber Eats, so we go out and tell the business now.
Caroline Hirsch, founder of the New York Comedy Festival and owner of Caroline's on Broadway. Thanks so much for joining us. And thank you, Ms. Pat. Good luck with the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tickets are on sale now for the festival, which runs through November 13th at venues in all 5 boroughs. For more information, go to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back.